Hello, Shane. Here we are at my old gaff, darling. Isn't it lovely? And of course, because I'm relaxing for, would you believe, Marc and Chums number 39 in a series of 284 episodes. She said through clenched dentures, if I had any. This is a special one for me, of a friend I serendipitously bumped into with my other and best friend, Betty Swallow, in a pub. And it just happened, we clicked like that, and we've been chums ever since. And of course it is the wonderful, delicious, very generous, very charitable, lovely woman, the Coral Moore. Hello, Coral.
Hello.
So, but you've actually been in one of these before.
I have. When you went to the barbers.
When I had one of my Marc and Chums shades,
Yes.
didn't you? Sitting there chatting with David Ramel all the way through, and I had to tell them to shut up.
Yep.
Which I won't do today because we've got a lot to talk about in a wonderful thing about my chum, Betty, me. And of course it's like, at the moment, it's like Crufts in here because there's my dog and Olga's here too, who might have an appearance, you never know. And don't forget, Fred the Dalek, which was given to me by Cole, didn't you, Cole?
Yes.
That was my Christmas. Oh, he's got wobbly doodles. So, if I remember rightly, we were sitting on one table,
Yes, and I was
gabbing, and you were sitting with your daughter on another table, chomping through lunch, although you have just told me you don't really do lunch.
No.
But I just spied what you were eating, and I looked at you and I went, I said, that looks nice, what is it? So in the end, they sort of moved to our table, and we've been chums ever since.
Yes, it was an absolute feast there, because I said to you, if you fancy anything, just help yourself. Because I've never seen a plate like it. I mean, it was just a lunch, but it was like a massive feast, because my daughter ordered hers and I ordered mine, and not realising just how much food was on there. It was a brilliant pub.
It used to be called something else. I think it's called the Lewis Road, isn't it? Something like that. Still, yeah, but it was a big plate.
Oh my God, yeah.
Bloody big plate.
Yeah, it was really good fodder.
And then we met the day after that.
Yeah.
And we met a few other times.
Yes, when I come down to see my son. Now he's moved to Portsmouth.
So she's come down to see me. Why are you here, actually, you two, this weekend particularly?
Because it's Mark's 70th birthday.
Not my 70th. Have you seen the card? Look. Get the card, Betty. Look. Show the camera. Christ almighty.
70.
And I'm not. It's my state pension birthday. Yes. So I'm just in time before the retirement age changes.
I did buy a funny one as well.
Yeah.
Sit yourself down, Coral. There's a bit of movement on this one. Coral, you're bloody generous. All the present, always a pressing. Always a pressing. There's a pressing down there in a moment, we'll get to that. Yeah, we met a few times. You came to the Marc and Chums and you arrived yesterday in pissing down the
Yeah, I
rain.
got soaked.
Arriving here, and so we had to open the bowl.
The two. That's probably why I slept so well.
We started chatting. You had a coffee first.
Yeah. To warm me up.
And then what happened?
We sat here talking and laughing and swearing and bits and pieces.
Which we aim to carry on doing today.
And then we drank, and then you said, "Oh, it's 10 o'clock."
I said, God, you know what time is it? 10 o'clock?
Oh no, what time did I get here? About 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, it can't be." I said, "I'll have to go," because I've been up since about 5 o'clock in the morning. And I thought, I'll have to go because I'm really tired. And then we just sat here again, and it was like...
And then we carried it. It was 1 o'clock.
Oh my God.
By that time I had a vodka martini. I thought I had a vodka martini.
After the 3 bottles of wine.
Well,
It was 2.5
Yeah,
because I found another half drum Brosson Hill down there.
Oh.
Yeah. We do like a beverage, don't we?
Yeah, but it was because you're talking and everything else, you don't realise how much you're drinking anyway.
No, it doesn't.
That's true.
You don't, do you?
Well, you don't. You just
You just converse
Carry
it,
on.
yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
a sponge.
And then he's saying, "Do you want anything to eat?" And I went, "No, because I don't really eat." And because because I just
do
eat if
some
I'm
garlic.
hungry.
I made the
So
garlic
garlic
bread.
bread.
Oh, well, that's good.
And
Yeah,
then
I made garlic bread.
and the dog helped.
Yeah, the dog helped. Yeah.
Oh, well,
So,
as long as the dog helps.
You come all the way from Congleton, but you
God.
where are you originally from then? I can't quite remember. 'Cause I'm sure we talked about it last night.
Northamptonshire.
Hmm?
Northamptonshire, but I'm a bit of a
Oh,
nomad.
cobbler.
Mm.
Yeah,
You're a
cobblers.
cobbler?
Cobblers, yeah. Oh, my granddad actually worked at, did handmade shoes.
Oh, right.
And the factory, what we was there. Now there's nothing there. We used to have everything in Earthenbury. We had factory, mining. We had 3 or 4 haulage companies. Whitwas, where I worked at the factory. It was a really well-to-do.
You were on fruit, weren't you?
Yeah, I used to be on the sugar, but then I've changed to fruit.
That was where
Bit like
Kinky
me.
Boots was made, I think.
Yes, yeah, because they used to make the
And they
boots
come
there.
in the mill there. And
Yeah, and they used to make Doc Martens.
yeah, that's right.
Now that
Yeah.
factory's no longer there.
No.
And yeah, I couldn't understand why Doc Martens didn't get, because they still sell them. I don't know
Yeah,
who
well,
makes them now.
that's
Huge, aren't
Yeah, because my daughter's got about 3 or 4 pairs, and I don't know why.
They're American, aren't they, originally? From America.
Oh, I have no idea. I know
I
that.
think they were really American. But
Yeah, because they had them all crazy colours and everything.
Yeah, they
Because
are.
my daughter had like different coloured ones because she was a bit arty-farty anyway. And yeah, she had like psychedelic ones, then black ones, then she made designs because she was, as I said, very artistic. She made her own designs. And yeah, but there's nothing there now. But yeah, been a bit of a
Shame, isn't it?
nomad.
yeah.
So I've travelled.
You've been around, girl, haven't you?
Yes.
Mine too, so have I.
No,
So's he.
Wow.
Northamptonshire, then
Everywhere.
Cleethorpes, Lincolnshire, then Madeley, Cheshire, all round, and then ended up back in North Somercotes, which is in Lincolnshire, and now back in Congleton because it's where my youngest daughter lives there. So
And like me, you recently moved into senior housing.
Yes.
Didn't you? Although yours is you've got a bungalow
yeah, bungalow.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
with a very cold old coal scuttle and larder and all that.
Yes.
They want to put a radiator in it, don't
Yeah,
they?
so I just had a bit of a.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that. I'm not.
Yeah, but it's a lovely part of the world. I mean, I told you, but I did a Doctor Who up there.
Yeah, and not only that, I told him there's a brewery right opposite me.
Oh, well, that's good.
And they're open Friday and Saturday, so you can go in and actually watch all the beer being made,
Oh,
as
right.
well as buy it and drink. And
Drinking.
yeah, till
Drink it.
2
Have a
o'clock in
beer.
the morning.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised you can walk home.
Well, sometimes.
I haven't been in there yet, so no, I
Oh,
don't. I
she
don't go out
hasn't
in the
been
dark.
in there yet. Oh, really? No, we'll have to make up. I'll have to come up, you
I'm
know.
going to say, because I told you, there's loads of pubs as well there.
Yeah.
Really oldie-woldy
Yeah.
pubs.
Oh, I like them.
Yeah, and they've still got the old pumps on. Because I
Yeah.
had a look through one, and they've still got the old. And I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
serving the old
Yeah,
pumps.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
So-
he was a master baker.
I was.
Really?
Well, I still am, but I don't do it now.
Yeah, because my
But I
brother.
got up to, chocolate and sweets and cakes and dough.
I
But there
like-
were no dough in it, so I gave it up.
I like
Bum-bum.
bum. Yeah, I like baking. I've got a brother who's a chef.
Oh, yeah.
He gave it up because he worked in a hospital at Oxford, and he used to do, people who were really, they don't do it now because he said it's mad. Well, people who had heart attacks or really poorly, he made specialised food for them, proteins, to build them back up their strength.
Right.
And his wife, she was the cook for the whole of the hospital. And then they stopped it. They just had, like they do now, sandwiches and
Yeah.
Costa and all this crap. And that's why people don't get well, because they're not having
It's all
proper
processed
food.
muck.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's why he left. And then he tried other different jobs. And in the end, he went for, transport, but he was the manager of a transport company. So he just didn't bother now.
I mean, I've been, although I'm an actress.
Very good.
Actress. The fact that,
Sorry.
he's copying, is it? I'm not copying, are we? I have done many
Don't
things
get me to
throughout my
start.
life, like you have. I mean, we've got a really long CV,
CV, yes.
of doing non-theatrical things. Not so, I mean, you're quite theatrical, but you don't make a profession out of being theatrical. You just are, like me. And I've done a lot of things that playing with, we sort of dovetail certain things, haven't we? Which I mean, in the chat we had last night, hours it was amazing. I said, yeah, but, you know, the things we've
done together.
We think the same way.
Yeah.
We like the same things.
Except you like olives and I don't.
Yeah. No, I don't either.
You can't have a vodka martini without an olive in it.
Well, you can have an olive in it, but you don't have to eat it. It's like horrible.
Oh no, we leave it in there. I mean, I didn't put one in. I still look. That's from last night. That's my vodka martini, stirred, not shaken this time.
But
And I forgot to put an olive in it.
Yeah, you didn't want to open them anyway, did you?
Well, no, there's
some more in there.
that big thing of olives over there. I was given that when I was doing Ho 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 quite a few years ago, and I've never opened it. And they picked, you know, the volunteers said, "Why did you open them?" And I said, "Because they look really nice like that." You know, and if I opened them, they wouldn't last long. And I've had that for about 4 or 5 years, and they haven't gone off or anything.
They won't do because they'll be in.
Yeah, they'll be
anyway.
vacuum in the brine or whatever they're in. Yeah, but then it is weird because you'll see people who have been through it and all that. And she gave me one of these. Look, what's that for?
Copper. It's to make you feel well-being, and it's to help with arthritis and things like that.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
wonder if I
that's
can
why
get a big one to go around my legs, Stephen. Do you think and all that?
No,
Do you think that would
no,
help?
No, just
Yeah.
just get a bracelet like I've got as well.
Mm.
That's what they usually give you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's chocker with the copper. Suit yourselves.
Very good.
Yeah.
But
Well, hopefully that will work because, you know, as you know, I'm quite susceptible to the old cold and all that sniffle and all. But I'm, you know, we both, you've got all sorts of. I have. Becky's has got a lot of medical problems, and I've just done my insulin and my pills
Tablets, yeah.
all in one go, and you can't do it, can you?
I can't. No, tablets. I just.
I've
So,
got
I know it's-
10 tablets to take.
Yeah,
in the
I
morning.
have 8, but I haven't brought any of me with me because they're all herbal.
All right.
And but I can't. I know it's psychological, but because some of them are like horse tablets, and as soon as they.
Oh, they are. Some of mine are big, and
I only
Gaggers.
hold on.
Yeah.
So it's 3 of those. So it's 6, 7, 8. I take 9 because I have 3
Yeah,
metformin.
but it takes it without water. I mean,
Yeah, I know. I can't.
I can't
do
mean,
that.
even just to have one.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
The
But I
antihistamines.
did say to you, I mean, sometimes I sit there, I mean, Betty's coming over for
I'd be
ITV
gagging.
racing. We love our ITV
We
racing. Saturdays.
I know, that's why he said we've got,
We'll be
I've got
stuck
to
to
watch.
William Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I suddenly think, what have I forgotten? And I haven't done my insulin, have I? And sometimes I completely forget for 2 or 3 days. It doesn't seem to have any effect on me at all.
No.
Where my next door neighbour, Carol, she has the thing that does it on here,
Yeah.
Oh,
that then
machine.
transmits to her phone,
Mm.
and it can tell her blood sugar. And I said, well, I don't want all that. And I said, she said, how long have you, because she's recently, in the last couple of years, become diabetic. I said, well, I've been diabetic for over 35, 36, 37 years. And I said, I've got all the equipment, but I never test my blood. Why don't you do that? Sure. And I said, when you've been as long as diabetic as I have,
You know.
you know.
Yeah.
It is weird. It's like, you know, it's like a unstoppable grandfather clock. It just goes ping and you go. And I always know because you get very dry in the mouth.
Like deja vu, like type of thing.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I never get wobbly. Although before all my bits and pieces here started with my peripheral neuropathy, sciatica, piriformis, Raynaud's syndrome, how long have you got? And all that. I started to get wobbly, and what it was, I was on insulin, so I was doing it all right, but for someone, I wasn't on insulin, suddenly, because I've only been on insulin for 3 years, suddenly, I was, when I was working for the boys, collapsing and going like, hold on, like that. When I went in to have a proper full doodah, she said, look, according to this, for the last 6 months, you've hovered between 28 and 30, where normal is about 4.5 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I wonder if I felt a bit peculiar.
Yeah.
And that's when I went on insulin, which has been a grand help. I said, oh, I'm having my lunch with a side of insulin. But it's weird. Do you get giddy spells? You occasionally do.
You did me for I was about 4 bits. You know what I mean? Insulin. You did insulin on me. You know, take the prick and
Okay.
the blood.
Yeah, rephrase that.
Sorry, prick the finger, take the blood, and it was about 4.7.
Yeah, which, as you can see, Betty is, shall we say, slightly rotund. And, you know, you're technically obese, as you know, you don't worry.
Yeah.
We are worried about it.
Yeah,
but
I am, yeah.
at your age, because you're going to be 75 in April.
Yeah. Another part.
Going on the mental age of 8. You should
Be on insulin.
You should be diabetic.
Yeah.
I'm on a borderline, but that's what I went from retinopathy, and that came out all right. So.
And we don't go and get posh glasses anymore. We're getting off TV.
Yeah.
I get I get 5 for about £2, and I only need it for the phone or. That is fine. Yeah, but you've got to have special ones, haven't you?
Yeah, because my eyes don't react to this right eye doesn't dilate properly. It's like a little pin prick. Instead of it doesn't matter what they do. Every time I go there, you know, they take pictures of your eye.
Yeah, that's not
they can't. That one it won't. They can't. They've tried everything to try, and so therefore I have to wear and still driving as well. So I have to have prescription glasses. I can't have normal. So I have to have prescription.
Well, I don't drive anymore because of all that. Do miss it. We miss it, don't we, Ben?
We do.
You know,
Because we used to
I used to go and do all our shopping. You know, skim round Lidl's and all that. But at the end of the day, I thought, no, I don't trust it, because if it goes, and when it does, because I lose power.
Yeah.
That's it. It's really strange.
Well, mine's because I've got cataracts now. I had to, when I changed my address, I had to put that I got cataracts. And it's been now 3 months and I still don't know whether I can still drive or not. They haven't got in touch with me.
I told you.
Oh, no.
You know, my mother had both of them done, and she had been wearing glasses all her life, and she didn't need them.
Yeah, but when I went for my eyes to be tested in August last year, he didn't refer me to anybody. He just said, we've got to keep an eye on it because your right eye is, obviously because it doesn't work properly, is worse than your left. He said, but we'll just keep an eye on it when you come this year. This is in this August. So I sent my eye test to them as well, saying, look, it stipulates there, no referral, there's nothing on, no advice, nothing on it. So can you please tell me, am I allowed to drive or am I not? That's why I'm not driving at the minute, because I don't know. So when I get back, I've got to phone them up and say, what the hell's going on? You've had my...
It's all that thing in the middle after you're going through the DVLA and all that sort of,
Yeah, so it's 3 months now they've had my licence, and I sent a self-addressed
thingy.
Envelope, but with a special, so I have to sign for it, because they've got my eye test. So I want it back.
Yeah, of course.
Nobody's got nothing. I've had no messages. I've had nothing. So when I get back, I'll have to phone them up and say what the hell's going on, because I need to know whether I can drive or not. I have to get rid of my car until they can sort my eyes out. Because when I went to the doctors, the doctor said to me, "Your cataracts are not bad enough to be operated on." So I'm sort of in limbo.
Yeah, it sounds it.
Which brings me to the fact that you did hairdressing when you were very young, and how much did you get for a 6-day week?
£2.10.
To those of you out there, shillings,
50p.
50p. And the other thing was you then trained beautifully as a beautician.
Yes.
And speaking of which, we're going to have a little break, so come back soon. And welcome back, yes. Coral's just been out and making coffee for everyone. She's wonderful. She's also cleaned my kitchen earlier today when I was having my feet done. And having my feet done, talking about beauty, you are highly experienced. Well, I like to think so. Beautician.
Yes, I used to do beauty work, yes.
Yeah. And who did you work for? Could you do?
It's my ex-mother-in-law. It was my husband, well, ex now, but the husband I was married to, it was his mother run it. And because she knew that I was into beauty work and worked in the cosmetics and everything.
Yeah.
So I started working there. So I did electrolysis for moles, skins, skin things, anything like that.
Yeah.
Hair.
Can you help at all? I certainly,
Yeah. And
yeah.
Facials, makeup.
Well, I had my beard done because
I know it looks much better.
I had my beard done because we were going to do it. We have to be tramps in this thing, but it's going to be later now because we were visitors and all that. It's all a bit difficult. It's all piling up. And he gave me a full facial.
It's lovely. I must admit, it's like because you've got pulse points here. Then if you have a facial, you can it can relax the whole body.
I had the steam thing on, I had
Yeah.
the hot towels,
Yeah.
I had all that, and then he gave me a good old facial like that. And all
It's
that.
like a Turkish
I
one.
came out there, I looked, as usual, haven't we? Because we've done 3 there, haven't we, Stephen? Took 10 minutes off me. Again. But tell me, Coral, don't be offended because I know you won't be. Yeah, you've always been a bit of a tomboy.
Yes.
But do you wear tights?
No.
Have you ever worn tights?
Yes, because I had to wear them for work. Because I had to wear
Yeah.
a suit.
Well, it's like my late, lovely office manager had a fetish about tights. And he, lovely man, God rest his soul, dear old Mike, I don't know, great actor too.
Mm.
And he had the proclivity of enjoying wearing not 1 pair but 3 pairs of tights at the same time under his trousers. And Amanda, my business partner, and I, we used to wear ourselves all the time.
Why 3?
I don't know. 3 times I liked it.
I mean, that's mad. 1 pair is enough. Because when I first started wearing, you didn't have tights. You had stockings and suspenders. When I used to do.
I've still got one.
Yeah, and that's like we say, that's a man's fetish because we used to, if you wear a
Very
tight skirt,
smooth.
yeah, because they used to flick you, yeah, and then I'd flick them, yeah.
It's that line from personal service.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then you had the freedom of tights.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
They're very smooth. All these pictures maybe come all over lesbian. Yeah.
No, it's not very comfortable wearing them.
3 pairs, I understand that, it's a bit sort of, in all
Over
that.
the top.
But, as you say, static. Have you had dressing you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
With their feet.
no. Well,
Talons of Weng Chiang down there, I tell you.
they were very bad. My feet, I must say, they did smell years ago. Not when I don't think when you did them.
No, didn't smell.
And I had tights, but I couldn't get them on because I couldn't bend down. So this time when I was doing makeup and talking to the camera, Stephen's camera, and you were putting my
You didn't get
tights on.
that bit on the camera, did you, when I was putting his tights?
No,
Area.
no.
I was like, push it, I'm going to put it on that.
Yeah,
and
but
all that,
it was
that.
pushing it and pulling it, and
And now-
you see,
Oh, I get
this is how they would go. Well, it's got
poor circulation,
Born.
isn't it? Yeah.
very bad.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not going to turn into anything nasty. But when I couldn't put my tights on, I had Mark to help me, and it was a pull to get them on, and I was talking about my beautician work on my face,
yeah.
making me look attractive.
I wouldn't say angelic.
Attractive then.
Well, it's more like, as you've seen the show before, it's cartoony.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
She doesn't
It
need
is.
a lot of makeup for that.
That's right. And we were still getting them up and getting them on, and then getting my dress on and everything.
Huffing and puffing.
Oh, that were it, like that.
That's probably
Oh,
your
my
asthma
God.
as well. Yeah.
I thought, why am I doing that? That must have been a horse in.
No, but it's not. It's
Another life.
probably just an exertion of trying to get it on.
Don't you know it was on the ITV7?
Yeah.
But yeah, but if it's poor circulation, why didn't they do something about it? Because I've got it as well. Because I was saying to Mark earlier, because it's in the family. I've been taking them for 18 years now. It's grapeseed extract. It thins your blood, but it doesn't thin it like blood thinners. So that if you have an operation, you have to stop taking them for so long, don't you? If you have,
Right.
but these you don't.
I've got something beginning with R.
Because I've got claggy blood, as they call it, and they can't. When I used to have a blood test, they couldn't take any blood.
Oh, they're all right. My blood's all right.
Oh.
But I mean, this colour is not good.
No, that's why I say change the colour of your tie.
Yeah, it's like the same as because my mum's used to be exactly the same. Because that's what I was dreading. Because I've got I had varicose veins like her as well.
Yeah, well, I've got varicose veins near the top here, somewhere up
Well,
here.
I have
Bad knees.
Yeah, I
Bad
had.
knees.
Well, yeah, I've just read that on the television. They're going suing people because they gave them 14. Because I was supposed to have a knee operation. Well, I thought I was going to have a knee operation or a hip.
Well, I'm supposed to have one.
Yeah, and they won't.
Years.
I can't do it because I've got a tilted spine and my bones are not strong enough to take the metal.
They're not doing it because of my weight, mostly, and I've got to take 5 stone off. But they haven't done anything about getting me with the jab that you can get for slimming.
Manjaro.
Yeah.
Manjaro, yeah.
Yeah.
And they've not told me when that's going to happen. Obviously, that's going to be down the line. And also, they were going to put jabs in me knees to help with knees.
Oh, it's like steroids.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. It must be.
Yeah, because that's my
And
mum
this
had.
one's definitely not coming off, but I'm going to have a. Yeah, and I want to. I mean,
yeah.
no two ways about
What
it.
did your consultant say?
Just
You've got to lose 5
got to
stone.
lose 5 stone
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah. And I looked at him and I went, there's incentive.
Yeah. It's your mindset. It's like because I said to my late husband, I mean, if he could, he'd have a full English breakfast every day, and he put on nearly 17. When he came back from America, I didn't know him then. He came back from America and he weighed 17.5 stone, and I couldn't imagine him weighing 17. Because I know he was nearly 6 foot tall, and he was like big built, big muscled man. But he said, I've gone back and he said, I felt so lethargic. And he said, but it's all the food they ate, and he just ate like the Americans. And then as soon as he got back.
Everything in America.
Yeah.
Their plates are the size of dustbin.
Yeah, because when he used to go to work, he only used to have, like I said, muesli, or if it was summer, and then porridge in the winter. But when he went to America, they just skipped breakfast and went straight to work. Well, the Americans won't do that.
Oh, no.
Oh, and so when they met up, the crew said, "Oh, meet us in the mornings before you come to work." And Tony went into this restaurant, and they'd ordered all this food for him and his crew.
Yeah.
And he said, I couldn't believe it. He said, they come, and there was a platter full of bloody steak, bacon, sausages. And he said, there's a side plate of chips and bread and stuff.
Yeah.
And he said, they demolished it, and we're just sitting there thinking, we'll never work. Well, because they're not used to... And he went, I couldn't believe it when they got to work, they worked. Whereas we was like, and they couldn't understand it when they left the food. He said, well, no, you can't eat all this. You can't. How can you go to work?
Sure. I mean, I remember when I was there cabin crew, went to Florida a lot, went to lots of other places in the States, but particularly Florida. There was a place, one of those diner places, all you can eat breakfast for $2.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it kept on coming. Oh, you want some more? I'm not a great eater. I like my food and I love cooking, as you know, and I have a slight problem of eating in front of people. I've always had it. It's weird, and I don't know why.
It's just a phobia, sir.
It's just something. I actually find although I put like the favours and all that, I find it. Like, honestly, I do. The process of all that and all that, I find actually quite boring.
Yes, like my son, he doesn't like chewing. He still doesn't do it now. When he was younger, if I cooked a pot roast or like Sunday lunch with roast beef, he went, "Oh, can I just have chicken?" And I went, "No. The only reason you want chicken is because you don't have to chew the bugger. You're going to have to chew your meat. That's what you got teeth for."
Yeah,
but he never.
Unlike most of us, better you've had some out, haven't you?
Aye.
Didn't it? Tell the viewers about your teeth.
Well, I had some out before, and they left one broken one in the left.
No,
ear.
you don't have to actually open your gob.
Oh, sorry.
The viewers don't want to see Daniel screech. Thank you very much indeed.
And 4 on this side, so that's 5 in all. And he said that'd be £1,000 if these little bits of.
Why did
broken.
he leave them?
I haven't got a clue, but.
Well, you didn't have to pay the £1,000 because you're exempt. Aren't
No,
you?
that's
But that's how much it would
That's
cost.
how much it would have cost to take them out otherwise. And so I felt, oh, that's good. And he got them all out. And it was only, 20 minutes maybe.
Was that all?
So it was really good. And he said, you've been really good. He said,
because if
it's that situation, because I used to have perfect teeth. Don't get me wrong. I haven't because of diabetes and all sorts of other shit and all that. And I don't bother to go to the dentist now because I've only got 7 left teeth in my head now. I mean, he's going the same way. Our friend, little Olga's down, and our friend Steve, he had 4 out, didn't he? And then he came and looked after the dogs because what was I doing? I was going.
You're going to do your thing.
To have me
thing done.
What's it done? And all that. And he came and puffed out like this, and splitting it in the bag and all that. And he couldn't have anything hot. Honestly, he did have a place I could smack ass.
Well, he would have anyway.
But I did make, and I said, when I came back from having the denuding, or nuding, whatever it is.
Defuzzing.
I made him homemade, no shop bought muck, cream of mushroom soup.
Very nice.
Not only did he have 1 plate,
Soup.
full, he had 2. And that's all right, because that's good for you.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean, I say it was cream of mushroom soup, but it hasn't got cream in it because
milk.
It was milk. So that's even better.
Yeah.
But I had mine out, and I don't bother anymore because that one's a bit loose up there, so I don't bother anymore, And as we were saying last evening, thank God for slow cookers.
Yes. Brilliant.
Because you can bung it all in there, and
it
it just falls apart. You can do your pork, your gammons, your whatever, even steak, which I can have, and if it's slow cooked, a bit like dear old late Mother Iris. Braised steak, it was fantastic.
Oh yes.
Bloody hell.
Just leave it overnight and just then cook in the next day. It's just absolutely amazing.
But I do not worry about it anymore. The thing is, mine fall out automatically, so I don't have to go and get them taken out. They can come out. Because it gets a bit loose, it comes out. That's it. Down the loo, chuck it out. Don't want to see that. And I remember, going to, when I was a kid, to our dentist, Mr. Singer, and he was a nasty bugger.
All school dentists were.
Well, that was in the school, this was private.
Oh.
Well, that was in the days when you didn't have to pay to go to the dentist. It was all free back in those days. He actually looked more like he was working in a barber shop. He had one of those sort of barber type things on. Highly amusing. But I ended up thinking to myself, if you're not needing it, and if you don't require, Steve, our little friend Steve, was shouting and talking about crisps. He said, I like it, but because of all my ulcers and all that. I said, you can still suck a chip, crisp and all that. He said, is that what you do? I said, was the only way. Walkers aren't the same anymore, are they? They haven't got any bloody flavour whatsoever.
Oh, I used to like their cheese and onion. I hate all theirs. I have kettles. I like
do
kettles.
You?
Yes.
Kettles.
Nice,
what a
nice
posh lady. Incompetent. In that moment, we'll be back in a minute. Betty's sitting over there like that, mumbling away. As you know, I'm going slightly deaf, you know, not for wanting to listening to a lot of stuff, like running commentaries on bloody television when I can see it myself, you silly ass. But I am one of those people that, you know, when it's the beaten obvious, I go, can't bear it.
But I was told I did that.
I think he's talking to himself sometimes, and he is.
Well, I do, because nobody has to argue, and it's good talking to yourself.
Well, yeah.
I talk to myself all the time here on my own.
Yes, I do.
Because I'm quite. I mean, are you quite happy actually being on your own?
Yeah, because I've been on my own for a long time.
Yeah.
Me too.
I mean, my husband passed away nearly just over 6 years.
Oh, that's just so.
And plus the fact, because he was a contractor, I was like on my own anyway. When Anthony and Gemma left to go uni and
How many
college,
kids have you got?
5.
Oh my God.
Coming out of that bullet.
No, I explained that last
And how
night.
many husbands have you had?
2. That was enough.
I'm still married. It's my 15th wedding anniversary coming up.
Oh.
Do you know, I can't. Mum died. Mum was buried on the
15
grave on the
years.
11th. Yeah, I know. And what did you say? That my
Never
wedding,
last.
it will never last.
Never last. Yeah, it's I'm
In a
glad,
year or so time, my husband's going
glad.
to move in here.
I'm glad it has.
So, yeah, he can stick to his own room because, as we say, it's lovely to be on your own.
It is. I just, because my youngest daughter, who I live near, and so I help her out with the children. Even she gets getting concerned, you know, you need to go and do this. You know, I went, Gemma, don't tell me what to do. I can quite.
That is a bugbear when people say, if I were you, well, you're not.
Yeah.
Or, you know what you should do?
Yeah.
And I go,
No.
No.
Steve, bless him, I love him. You know, with all his learning difficulty problems, he's still very astute, you know, and aware. And he always says, I've got to go to my club today. I said,
You don't have
no,
to go.
you don't have to go. I'm not saying that, you know, you should go. You know, so it's your choice if you want to go. It's that you haven't got to go because you're not beholden to them.
No.
You know, not beholden to anyone. You know,
Only to
your
yourself.
Your own physical envelope is there. That's you. You know, as you know, I did like you know, you're very hedonistic. You know, Betty's very hedonistic. Stephen's very hedonistic. Little Steve was very hedonistic. So are the dogs actually. Are you hedonists? I just think people always putting their opinion in,
yeah.
putting, you know, their,
10 pence.
Yeah.
well,
Opinions, but it's down to them.
and they're tucking out the opinion.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, my sister does it to me. You know, I said, don't tell me what to do. And I said, you may be my power of attorney and all that, and look after all my other sides of things, which is brilliant. She's an accountant, very, very good at that. But please don't say, you know what I should do, because I'm, you know, 66 on Monday, and my head doesn't zip up the back. You know, it doesn't. You know, I'm fully aware, and I have, as we all have, like you certainly have, and you certainly have, and I'm sure you have as well, haven't you? We've lived a good life.
Yeah.
We've had ups and downs.
Sounds everybody.
Lots.
You know.
Yeah.
I've always said to her, I don't know what your opinion of this is, if I may ask her opinion. I sometimes think to myself, you know, if I have a bottle of wine, I said, I wonder how many bottles of wine I've drunk in my life.
God.
Doesn't matter to me.
No.
They're just empty bottles.
Well, no, I'm just being interested. As how many, over a whole life, how many gallons of it? I mean, it's going to be, you know, how many cheese sandwiches have I eaten in my lifetime? How many fish and chips? It's just, I think that's isn't that big, because I quite like statistics. I said, I wonder what that would be.
I mean, with me, I drank red wine when I met Tone, because I only drank vodka, vodka.
Yeah, shaken. Do you like it shaken, not stirred, or stirred and not shaken?
Just
But
like,
no olives.
Yeah, vodka and tonic. And then he drank brandy when I met him. And then I started drinking brandy, but with Coke. Now I don't like Coke, so I only drink brandy like a snifter if I'm not feeling very well, same as whiskey.
Yeah, I like Jameson's.
Yeah, I like Jameson's and White
Irish
Mackay.
whiskey. I'm not very keen at all on Scotch whiskey. And I think it was my Auntie Margaret's birthday when she was 70 or something. I got really piddled on whiskey because my cousin Ian was doing the drink, and you know the optic, you get the like that.
Yeah. It just kept going up.
Half a bottle would be in the glass.
Yeah.
And by the time I had about 3 of them, I was never had such awful. I don't get hangovers at all now. Not at all. But my God, and that's why I steer clear of it. Funny, isn't it? You've got those things.
Yeah, well, my husband, because he worked at a distillery, he'd put the distillery in Scotland. And he changed then from brandy to whiskey because they were telling him, and they gave him like 24-year-old whiskies and then all cask they had there.
Yeah.
So he tried them all.
Yeah.
And that's when he swapped and then went to pure whiskey.
Yeah.
But I like White and Mackay. I prefer mixed. But he didn't. He liked Glen. What was it called?
Glenfiddich.
Oh no, not Glenfiddich. It's God.
Glenmorangie.
It's like peat. It's like
Glenmorangie.
no. It's a special whiskey and it tastes just like peat. It's bloody awful. I bought him it's very expensive. I bought him a bottle. Laforag. That was it, and it was a special one. And when he gave me it, oh my God! I said to him, I can't drink now. You'll have to drink it.
My dad liked Chambers Regal.
Oh, no, that's a American one.
Yeah, and I thought, because people think whiskey was invented in Scotland, it wasn't.
No.
It was invented in China.
Yeah, China still make whiskies now. Yeah,
And they've got a big business. You know, all these barrels of it are worth thousands and thousands. So everyone says Scotch whiskey. Yeah, it's only called Scotch whiskey because it's made in Scotland.
yeah, but it's not only that. It's the water.
Yeah.
Tone used to say it's because it's like from the mountains. It's pure water
right.
with all the mint. And he said you can taste it because he worked in 2 or 3 of them at Scotland. And he said you can go to one distillery and it tastes so much different to what the other distillery, all because of the water and what it's gone through.
Source of the liquid.
But no, I'm not a whiskey. I like whiskey in my coffee. But as I said, I buy Jameson's or White and Mackay.
Yeah, we've had that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, we've had actually vodka in coffee.
Oh.
When we went to Shirley's funeral, one of my kids
that's
died,
right.
we decided to have Russian vodka. What, Russian vodkas? No, Russian coffees. I said, do you fancy something in your coffee? Should we put a touch of that? Well, we had 3 or 4 of those before we left. Bloody night, lovely.
Well, I have whiskey in my coffee if I go out when it's really cold, and it's quite a big shot, and because it warms you up,
It does.
and it's really good for your heart.
Yeah. Well, I went to Bell's, which Scotch, where they say if you're in Scotland, go to Bell's. So I went to Bell's and they give me a few snifters.
Yeah.
And they said this is the best to have if you're feeling down.
Yeah. And it's like, as I said to you like last night, I had a couple, because I used to look after people with learning difficulties, and we used to go to a coffee shop, and there was a couple there. He was in entertainment, playing piano and doing all the singing and everything, and his wife used to accompany him. And they were in their 80s then.
Yeah.
And the next time I saw him, I was going for an X-ray, and I said to him, I was telling her about not sleeping, so she went, have a snifter of whiskey every single night.
Yeah.
And you'll sleep better.
That woman that came on the television, I think she's over 103, 105.
Yeah.
And she said she had a
and that's what they drink. Yeah.
Always had
snifter.
Yeah.
A whiskey at night.
Them two, and then, I mean, because when the last time I saw him, he was nearly 90. That's before I moved down to Deanne's, and that was about 4 years ago. He was nearly 90. And they didn't look a day, honestly, they looked like in their 60s.
Yeah.
No hip trouble.
They say alcohol ages you. Oh, Christ almighty, it must have been buckets of it. But I like my booze. But I'm not an alcoholic. I used to, as you know, I bet you know, I used to drink so much more. Crikey, ridiculous. When I was a casting director with my own business as an agent, the bar bill at Kingsway Court was higher than the rent.
Oh yeah.
Each month, because I was too hedonistic.
Yeah, but it's
And
like,
then people, I caught on in the end. People would say, "Oh, we'll go to Mark's. He'll get
the bill. Oh my God.
Yeah, but no, I love it. It's a lovely. I mean, I like my. Oh, you shouldn't be smoking. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. I said, what I do to myself is my own
business. Yeah.
And I mean, like McLeaner, our late cleaner.
I was just going to say,
we had to release her. Is that the best way ever? Basic Teletype. because she would come in here and all she had to do, Coral, was mop the floors. You know, if there was a bit of washing up, she might do that, but she never moved anything.
That's
I mean, because Coral's just cleaned the kitchen for her. Never move anything, you know, and get run whatevers and all that. And Hoover. And all she did was complain about her back. I said, you know, so she couldn't move furniture.
Well, why how be a cleaner?
But then she came in one day, wasn't it, a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't have her for a month. I thought, we'll just see how we get on. And you know what? She walked in, and I like my joss sticks, and I like all that. She's got, you know, a bad chest apparently. And the first thing she said, oh, it's far too smoky in here. And that's when I flipped, didn't I? I looked at her and I went, right, okay then. I came in there, got my wallet out, and I had the £15, whatever it was, to give her. And I said, well, there's your money, and we'll leave it at that. And she said, oh, I don't want your money. And I said, well, the best thing is, I think, because of your health problems, and I didn't say that, I thought, be kind. But apparently, when the word got around, like Lindsay downstairs and Steve, our little Steve, they said, she's done that before. She has lost so many clients. And she needs it. She does it because she needs the money. She's got a mortgage. And she's, how old is she? In her 50s?
No, about 6.
With a bad back. And she said, oh, your kitchen floor's quite dirty. And I said, but that is what you're here to do.
Clean.
God almighty. Mind you, I've got my new cordless...
yes, I know.
I don't have to drag Henry around. You know who I mean. And I've got my new bupper thing.
Yeah, that's because I've got practice on that.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He said, you can do that. I went, okay.
Well, I did have him go with it. And guess where it's from? China. It might be from Hong Kong for all I know.
Timu.
They do all sorts of things.
Also, it was Timu. So cheap. Each of those things was 16 quid. Battery, no, long, and I can take the box off and I can go round in the corners and I can, you know, but I do, but my problem is dragging a Henry around. It was a no-no.
No, they're a bit heavy. I've got a shark.
Have you?
Yeah.
Is that what you call him?
Shark. It's called Shark. And he does it
Oh,
really well.
yeah.
It's normally my grandson because he likes doing it. He just loves doing it.
How old's your grandson?
9.
Oh, well, that's a very good thing. Yeah, start them young.
Yeah, well, he does. His mum gets him to, they clear their own bedrooms, they have to
Well,
wash up,
that's
dry
it,
up.
you know.
Yeah,
And
same
then
as what
you
she
can
had
have
to do.
half an hour on the computer.
Yeah.
You know, when I was, because you worked with autistic, when I was working before I became disabled, they would only allow them half an hour on their laptops. And they had great bit half-hour egg timers. And once it ran out, they had to come up, and I thought, how can you know, that's a pleasure they're getting out, and a very good audio visual, and all that. I can't see what's wrong, you know, make it an hour, because I never put the thing, when I was there on my own, I never put the things out. They said, and they went, oh, no. I go, of course you can, go on, help yourself, and all that. And they were looking for the
egg timer.
And they were like, no, I said, take as long as you like. If they're enjoying it, did you have that sort of...
Well, with ours, they were like, well, one of them, she couldn't even converse language or anything. She just
completely non-verbal.
Yeah, and the other one was like schizophrenic and a bit odd. And then the other two were got seizures. Well, David, he didn't come out of his room because he didn't like, in case it kicked off, he liked his own solitude. Yeah, and he was lovely. Then the other one who had seizures, I mean, he was sort of non-verbal, and he used to hate walking. We used to have to get him to walk because of his legs and everything else, and get him to move, and he didn't like it. But what I found out was I used to put sweets all round the bungalow, and he used to look for them and got him walking. And they say, what the hell is all these sweets doing here? And I went, it's because he knows where I put them. I said, and if he wants them, he has to get up and get them. I'm not giving them to him.
Yeah, but I was only there for 6 months because then I became, you know, my mobility went. And some of the attitude of the staff. And I said, you can't talk to them like that. Oh, you know, one rule that, like they're in the bloody army. I said, well, you know, I won't mention her name, but I can't remember it anyway. Was a black lady who actually was very good at her job, but she was a stalwart. And I said, this is not a boarding school, I said to her. This is their home. And we, although we're caring
We're
for
guests.
them, we are actually guests in their home. And she was all like that about it. And I had to point it out to one of the managers, and I said, you know, in the end I left. They were very generous because they gave me 6 months pay up to when, you know, so I would have been there a year if I decided. They still paid me sickness pay or whatever it was, which was very nice, and the training was very good. But some of them, I mean, did you have problems with people like that?
Yeah.
I mean, the staff?
A couple of them, yeah, because they were like very limited to how they, you know,
Yeah,
interversed with them. And then, as I said to you last night, 2 of them used to wind them up because they didn't like me and this other lad who were working there, because his girlfriend worked there as well, but she had to work on a different shift because of, you know, the relationship thing. And yeah, they used to wind them up so that when we got there, it was like, oh my God, it's like walking in there and it's like madness. And you had to get them down from another hour to get them to bed and everything. And we knew what they were doing, so they didn't realise, because when you write down what's happening in the house, it's a legal document.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Yeah, and because
but a long time ago, there was none of all that. The amount that goes into what, you know, all the things like the medication.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Oh my God. As I said, the training was fantastic.
Yeah, because I mean, when I worked at the hospice, my last job, one of the nurses said there, when I was telling her what medication we used to give, and I said we had to watch for contraindications and everything, and she went, we don't do that, and I'm a nurse, and I went, surely to God, if you see somebody's having a reaction against a drug that you've given them, surely you're going to have to tell somebody, because, I mean, I'm not even a nurse, I just did all the training, like you, really was good training, but we had to watch. If the doctor swapped their tablets, how they're going to react to all the others, what they were taking.
Well, yeah, I trained as a nurse as I was at SEN, and the fact is, the best apprenticeship in life I ever had, because it opened up so much more in my imagination of life and all that. But I'm afraid it's that time. I've had a wonderful
God,
and the
cool.
fact is,
Hasn't it?
I'm stuck with both of them. But they're going to have a bit of lunch now. And thank you so much, Coral.
That's quite all right.
Thanks for coming to my birthday and for your generosity and your deep, wonderful friendship, because we haven't known each other for about 2 or 3 years now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the deep relationship we have has spread. We can be on a video phone when she's at home, and before we know, we've been on it for 2.5 hours. She's knocking back her Malbec, and I'm having a vodka martini, shaken not stirred, plus an olive. And of course, my stalwart observer, who appears nearly, well, probably more than I do, in all my Marc and Chums, the wonderful John Townend, at his Forex.
Thank you.
Thank you to Steve. Thank you to Olga and Lad for not barking at all.
Yeah.
And thank you to Coral for going out to make the coffee. Now don't forget, Coral, you know, the switch for the scrubbing thing is on that note.
Cheeky girl.
Look after each other. Friendship of true friends is incalculable, the value of it. So you out there, be kind to your friends. Thanks again, Chums.
That's quite
Thank
right.
you.
And you, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you.